Cheerio guys, welcome back to another video. I am going to go back to where I started this channel on talking about the 13 keys, but this time not about Trump but about Biden. Where is he standing right now? How likely is his chances of getting re-elected if he runs, according to the 13 keys of Allan Lichtmans. Now, I made my first video about this, I made several videos about this, and I ended up being wrong about about Trump, but to be fair, I did predict that the social unrest key would be in favor of Trump, because that was before the whole George Floyd incident and before that debacle turned out to be a major social unrest. So it wasn't completely my fault, but a bit because of the economic crisis was still there. Anyway, we are going to talk about Biden now, and this is the verdict on Biden if you use the 13 keys. So let's get to it, shall we? First of all, you have the midterm gains. Now, this one I've taken out because even though it is undecided, like many keys are at this point, midterm gains is very unlikely to be in favor of Democrats. So really the key is all about that if your party in the US House has more seats than after the previous midterms. And of course in the 2018 midterms the Democrats were sort of maxed out, they lost seats again in 2020, and in 2022, well, it is very unlikely that they will gain seats and have more seats in the end that they had after 2018. So even though this one is still undecided, I think it is quite safe to assume that this one goes against Biden. But it is early. It is very early. Also, you have policy change. Now, this one is actually in favor of Biden because his policies are so different from the Trump administration. I mean, we're talking about compared to the previous administration, so absolutely he does a different course. Now, this was something that, of course, did not go in favor of George Bush in '92 and therefore went against him. But in Biden's case, it is really not that much of a anti-democratic year we can expect in 2024 from the outset, because he has changed a lot of Trump's policies, to put it simple. And these are the undecided ones. And yeah, there are a lot. We don't know if anyone is going to primary challenge Biden, we don't know if he is going to run for re-election even, we don't know if there is going to be a third party, but that really depends, I think, on number 5 and 6, which is the economy, which we also don't know about. Social unrest, I have a feeling that social unrest is going to be a thing, but of course we cannot say that, we don't know. Scandal, I know many would maybe talk about the Afghanistan and the Kabul withdrawal, but that really goes under major foreign military failure, so no, it's not under scandal. Scandal is more about Biden himself and his personal life. So with Clinton you have the Monica Lewinsky thing, with Trump you have the impeachment, and of course with Clinton you have the impeachment, and in the end you have uncharismatic challenger. This one is difficult to know. I don't think Republicans have a good shot at finding someone that are charismatic in the way that Lichtman says it. I do think that Ron DeSantis is remarkably charismatic, but I don't know if he's charismatic enough. But also we don't know who is going to be the big Republican names in 2024. So let's go on. We have some keys that are already against Biden, and those are foreign or military failure. There has been a major failure in Afghanistan, if you haven't noticed, and the charismatic incumbent. Now, this actually doesn't take into account if the Democratic candidate is charismatic, but if Harris is the nominee and Biden is the incumbent, well, it is if Biden is charismatic that matters. I mean, he's much more charismatic than Harris, of course, but he's still not charismatic in the way that Lichtman describes it. I mean, he has said so himself. So here we have it currently. Only one favor Biden and 2, probably 3, are against him. And I know you can criticize me for already having midterm gains there, but it is a question mark. We don't know. We'll see. But how about the unknowns? Out of these, I think that the most likely to go in favor of Biden is uncharismatic challenger. I also think that the most likely to go against Biden is major foreign military success, because he would actually need to accomplish something big in order to have it. And if he doesn't, that one also is a key against him. Scandal, social unrest, it is very, very hard to say. But we can say something about incumbency advantage. If Biden decides to run for re-election, which he really should not because he will be more than 80 years old, I think he will be 82, or maybe he turns 82 in November of 2024. Yeah, anyway, he should not run for re-election, okay? He is just too old. I don't care if Trump is almost as old. Trump is too old too, to be honest. So you really need to put in a young, charismatic candidate to be the next president. But when it comes down to it, I think that the Democrats are unlikely to actually mount a successful primary challenge. I mean, all of the big enough Democrats are such under the control of Pelosi and Schumer and the others that they're not going to have the courage or the balls to actually mount a primary challenge. And those that could consider it are just too small and irrelevant. So then you have it currently, 3 are against Biden, 1 is in favor of him, and the rest are all unknown. That's where I'm going to end this video. It will be an exciting period ahead to see how this changes. I'm certainly going to keep an eye off, because the reason I'm making this video is because the foreign military failure has turned against him. It is really a huge undertaking that has happened in Afghanistan. So with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you all for watching, please like and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.